Hey guys, let me give you 10 warning signs that the Filipina that you've been talking to is not right for you. And this can go for both you guys back home in the US or Canada in your home country, or it can be for you guys here in the Philippines in person, meeting a young Filipina to date and hopefully to have a relationship with. Let me give you some of the warning signs to run. Run, Forrest, run. This is the biggest warning sign, and I'm going to start off the video with this warning sign. The girls, their social media. This is the #1 place to find out if that girl is right for you. If she has multiple Facebook accounts, ask her why. If she's locked out of some, well, you have to do a little detective work. When was the last time there was a posting? Look at her friends list. Are they Filipina? Are they classmates? Do they look about the same age as her? Are there a lot of foreigners as her Facebook friends? Look at the postings that she does. Is it a lot of sexy pictures, a lot of dancing? Or is it family events, you know, birthday party and cousins and her mom and her dad and her sister at graduation? If it's all those kind of things, that's all good. That shows you that she's a family girl, enjoys her family, and really not a naughty girl. But if she has a TikTok account, ask her that. The TikTok account will show you a lot. All the girls dance TikTok. I see it when I go on the boulevard. You know, they got the phone up against the wall and the girls are dancing and they're going to post the TikTok. That's one thing. But if it's a little bit too sexy, they start showing a little bit too much cleavage. Do they look like they're trying to entice somebody to contact them? These are things that you have to notice. And on their Facebook account, some women will have more than one account. They'll have accounts that they're locked out of. And the reason being is a lot of boyfriends want to have access to their Facebook account. So they get the password. And then when they break up, the guys sometimes go in there, change the password so the girl can never go back into it. And so they might have multiple Facebook accounts over a period of time. But if they have 2, 3, or 4 active Facebook accounts, what is the reason for this? And if they have one Facebook account that is all family, but then they have 2 other Facebook accounts that's full of foreigners, guys, you know, making comments, you know, the little I love you thing, and you know, with the little hearts, they're hearting it as they love you and not thumbs up because it's a like. All these are little telltale signs that the girl has a second life in social media that she's hiding from you. And you need to research this. Social media, you need to become a detective. You need to be able to snoop into their life a little bit to learn the truth. And you'll be surprised how much you can learn by just spending an evening going through her Facebook account, all her different posts, look at her friends, and look, you'll never know. I remember one girl, and there was one guy who put a little heart on every one of her posts. And you know, I just went to his Facebook to see who he was, and in the relationship, it was the girl I was talking to. He said, I'm in a relationship with. And in her account, it just said, it's complicated. And there's many reasons a girl put it's complicated, but careful that those little signs that you can find on social media. Be a detective, especially us old guys. You know, we're not used to, you know, researching social media and digging and snooping, but you have to, if you're going to commit emotionally and financially with a girl, you have to do your homework. It's like anything else. You wouldn't buy health insurance here in the Philippines without doing your homework. You wouldn't buy property here in the Philippines without doing your homework. Well, why would you invest in a relationship without doing your homework? You know, I don't want to be cold-hearted about that, but we want to make sure. And you're 7, 8, 10,000 miles away. You need to do your homework. You're sitting on your couch. What is she doing? You need to find out that she's committed to you and it's a good relationship. If she's not committed to you, you can find these little red flags and look for them. And red flags are warning. Red flags are telling you, stop. And if you're sending money to somebody, warning sign, and this is a big one. You meet a girl online and you decide, hey, I really like you and I want to help you out. I want to send you a little bit of money. I want you to, buy yourself a gift. I want you to, buy food for your family, whatever reason. Doesn't matter, whatever reason is. If you go to send her money and it's like a nightmare, she doesn't give you the correct name that's on her ID. She doesn't know where to pick it up. All these little things for somebody who is inexperienced at receiving money overseas through Western Union, World Remit, or whatever different method, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. But if the girl, she had it saved on her phone as a screenshot and she just sends it to you on Messenger, and it's her name, her address, her phone number, who to send it to, Western Union, what town she's in. If it has all that information, it means she is an expert at receiving money, and you're not the first one to send her money. They want the reference number right away. Someone who's never received money doesn't know much about reference numbers. And this girl wants the reference number, and if you're a digit off, she'll tell you, oh, it's supposed to be 9 digits, not 8. That means she's an expert. So you have to do a little bit of homework. You have to do some research. You have to watch for those red flags. Guys, this is one of the biggest warning signs. I want you to take close attention to this. If the girl has expensive taste, if the gifts she has, things she owns, really don't fit the budget that she has. If she doesn't work, she's a single mom, she doesn't have extra money, but she has a new iPhone, she has a good laptop, she has a brand new motorbike, she has really nice clothes, brand new clothes, designer clothes, she has a designer handbag. These are things that are gifts from men to women. Women really here in the Philippines who are on a low budget, they live in the province, they come from a poorer family. Don't buy things like this. If they have all these kind of items, it means somebody is giving it to them. If all of a sudden your girlfriend's telling you, hey, I got a new iPhone, well, where did she get the new iPhone? She sure in hell didn't go down the road and buy it. Somebody gave it to her, or somebody sent her the money. And sometimes they're not afraid to tell you that they have other suitors, that they have other guys who are sending them money, who are interested in them, and you're in competition with them without really knowing it. But the girl slips up and lets you know that, oh, he's just a friend and he sent me money to buy a new iPhone. Well, guys, all the other guys are just like you. They're interested in that girl for a long-term commitment, or they're interested in that girl just for the sexy pictures and the little playtime that they get. So be very careful if your girl has expensive taste that don't match her budget. Most girls buy used clothing here. They go to stores where they can get a pair of jeans for 100 or 200 pesos. They're not looking at a $40 pair of jeans. They're not buying a Gucci handbag. They're not buying iPhones. They're buying the local phones. They're buying used phones or reconditioned phones. And very few have a laptop. If they have a laptop, it's going to be more like a tablet, and it's going to be because they go to school or they have a job where it's necessary. Just to be living at home and having a laptop, especially an expensive laptop, will show you she is interested in other guys who are sending her gifts. That's a big warning sign. Also, do you want to get involved with a girl in person when you get here and they want top-of-the-line items? You'll never be able to satisfy them financially. No matter how much you have, they're always going to want something more, something much more expensive. Better trips, better living accommodations, better clothes, better restaurants. They're always, want to do better than the Joneses. They want to do better than the girl that they know that has a boyfriend that is spending a ton of money on them. And these girls talk. They know how much money other foreigners give other girls. So be careful if she has expensive taste and she likes the finer things in life, because that's not normal with a good girl here in the Philippines. Big warning sign, guys, when you're here is she doesn't want you to meet the family. And even if she uses the excuse, if you meet my family, they're just going to want things from you. They're going to use you for your money. I don't want you to get involved with my family. They're no good. Well, if they know what a foreigner can give them, that means she's taking other foreigners there. So you wouldn't be the first. So that's a big warning sign that another guy was involved with her and maybe gave money to the family and the family wanted that money. But worse yet is when you're giving her money, she's not sharing it with the family. And she doesn't want the family to know she has a foreigner as a boyfriend or fiance. And the other is, she doesn't want the family to tell you that she has a boyfriend or a husband. The girl normally will want you to meet the family, and that's a great test to see if the girl that you're dating is worth it. If you meet the family, if it's a good family, the parents are good, the sisters are good, the brothers, you know, they're not drunks, everybody seems to be a good, hardworking person, then you're in a good family. And nobody's afraid to talk to you because they have nothing to hide. But the girl who is hiding the family from you, she's hiding her secrets. She's hiding a lot of things. Don't believe that the only reason that you don't go meet her family is because the family's going to want money from you. And the only reason the family knows that you would have money is she had another foreigner. Or maybe another sister took a foreigner there, and it's a common practice in her family. So be aware if she doesn't want you to meet the family. The good ones always do. Well, let's talk about that guy who she introduced as her cousin. Man, you know, if the girl shows up and she has a guy with her and says, hey, this is my cousin, he's going to join us for dinner. Or if you're online, you're talking to her, and during the video chat, he walks by, or he's in a lot of photos on her Facebook, and you ask her, who is this guy? Who is this guy that's always around? And she goes, oh, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. Kids here in the Philippines hang out with their cousins a lot. But as the girls get older, they're not really hanging out with the cousins. At family events they do, but they really don't call their cousins up, older cousins in their 20s and 30s. Hey, let's go down to the boulevard for the evening. Let's go hang out. That's something they just don't do. And when they're doing a video chat or they're taking pictures, if it isn't with the rest of the family, there's no mom, there's no dad, there's no sisters, it's just this guy and her, well, then you know that there's something up there. So that's a telltale warning sign that this girl is not for you. She's got a cousin who might not be a cousin, might be a boyfriend, could even be a husband that you have to worry about. So in this case, move on, find somebody else. I just cannot see that working out. Guys, they're always busy, man. You know, when you get up in the morning and you go to text them, hey, what's going on? And nothing. No reply, no nothing. Half hour goes by. Oh, I'm busy. You know, I have family here. Always some reason why they can't answer the phone right away. That's a big warning sign. Usually if a girl is into you, especially in a long distance relationship, they're waiting for you to message them. They know the time difference. And if you're sleeping, when you wake up and you go good morning, they've been waiting all day for you to say that. The ones that are really interested in you. If they're always busy, you know, if there's always a reason they couldn't get to the phone right away, the battery is dead, you know, I'm talking to my friends. Well, they know you're going to call, so they should plug in the phone and the battery should be charged. All the Filipinas I know, whenever there's an outlet that they can plug their phone into, they do. They don't let their phones get low. And when it does get low, it's because they're traveling or something. But if she's just waiting at home to talk to you and the battery is dead on the phone, really it's just an excuse to hang up. You know, she might already have a screenshot of it saying 3% or 5% low bat, but really she has 50% because there's somebody else she wants to talk to, there's somebody else she is interested in. And reverse that, guys. When she calls you, if you don't reply within a minute, where the hell are you? They don't use that language, but where the heck are you? They want to know what you're doing and why you didn't reply right away and why not. It's reversed. And that's not a good sign there. A good girl, somebody who is really into you, and you tell them I'm busy, they'll understand that you have a life, you're far away, and that you'll call them as soon as you can. you might have to explain what was going on. You might have to say, I had to work overtime, or I had to help a neighbor, or I had a flat tire. But they'll understand that explanation. You really like this girl, so you're looking forward to talking to her and having her contact you. Where if she's not into you, when you reach out to talk to her, she won't be available. If she has a lot of experience with foreigners, now if you look at her Facebook page and there's a lot of foreigners there, if you ask her if she has dated other foreigners and she says yes, when you guys go out in person and she's comfortable going to, you know, a bar or a club or something that has a lot of foreigners there, it shows that they've dated other men before you, and you have to live up to their expectations. You know, the guys before you might have had more money, might have been a better dancer, might have been a playboy, who knows what it was, or a lot older than you, and she took advantage of them. So her having experience with foreigners being used, passed around, some people say, she's not yours, it's just your turn. When I met Janet, she really didn't have a lot of boyfriends in the past. She didn't have any foreigner boyfriends that she could tell me about. If your girl has experience with other foreigners, that's a little bit of a red flag, a little warning. You might be getting into something that you're not really prepared for. If she shows you a lack of affection, especially in person when you meet this girl, maybe she doesn't want to hold hands with you. Maybe the only affection you get is when she sits next to you, she might touch your arm, and that's it. Lack of affection in the bedroom. Maybe it's going to be a quickie. You know, it's going to be like the old saying, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, but it's her in a hurry to get the hell out of there. When you have a girl that doesn't want to show you much affection, or she's limited on the amount of time she can spend with you, showing you affection, that alone time, that is a big warning sign, because if a girl is really into you, she's going to want to be with you often and do a lot of things with you. Younger Filipinas are very, I'm going to say, aggressive in the bedroom. You should not be experiencing a frigid girl who doesn't want to cuddle, doesn't want to, you know, do a lot of things with you in the bedroom. That is something of a warning sign that she's not really into you. She's just probably using you for your money, many other reasons other than being a good girlfriend. If this girl shows no responsibility, you know, one of the things I remember that I liked about Janet when I met her, when I said, well, let's go out Saturday night. You know, that's a nice day to go down to the boulevard, go get something to eat. She worked during the week. But she had family responsibilities. She had laundry night. She had to cook for the family. There were things she had to do. And having responsibility, you know, is a big thing. That just shows that they're mature and they can handle responsibility and they welcome responsibility. That's a great sign. But if the girl has no responsibility, she never has to be anywhere, she doesn't help at home with the laundry, and even with you, she doesn't show any responsibility to help you here in the Philippines. A good girlfriend will have responsibility at home if she's not living with you, and she'll also make some responsibilities with you. Maybe not doing your laundry by hand, but showing you where to take your laundry, showing you where to buy the right food. She's going to show you things and have the responsibility to teach you the Filipino way in the town that you're in. But if she has no responsibility, doesn't care, she tells you, you know, go ahead and give the trike guy 100 pesos and it's a 15 peso ride, that's not the right girl for you. You need a girl that has responsibility, and if they don't show any responsibility, she's not the one for you. She just has lack of interest, man. She's just not interested in you on a day-to-day basis. You know, when you're doing an online relationship, the most common thing a woman will say to you is, did you eat yet? How did you sleep? They'll ask some questions, common questions, and they're not really in-depth, but they're questions that show interest in you and your life. If you're with somebody who's not into you or they're using you, their interest is going to be very faint. They will ask you, did you eat, did you sleep? But they won't go beyond that if you have a problem. If you tell them, hey, I gotta go get an aspirin, they'll just wait for you, and when you get back, they'll start talking about something. A girl that's really into you will ask, hey, do you have a headache? What's wrong? Why do you need the medicine? You know, they'll go deeper. They'll have more interest in you. If they're just touching the surface of asking you questions about you and your personal life, and they're not really going deep into the conversation with you, it's a lack of interest. And when they cut you off, you start telling the girl about yourself or a problem, and all of a sudden she cuts you off to talk about her or talk about one of her problems. That lack of interest, that lack of concern that she shows you is a big factor. And that's something you got to stay away from. You need a woman interested in you, interested in your health, and interested in your life. Not just, you know, superficial interest, but a deep interest, and really emotionally gets involved with your day-to-day life. They want to make sure you're doing well, you're exercising, you're doing everything properly to keep your health and your finances in order. You know, she's going to worry about you spending too much money. The lack of interest is a big deal. Make sure they're really interested in you. Throw some test questions to them. If they don't show that interest, again, it's not for you. I hope this helps you guys in selecting the right girl. I want you guys to have the right girlfriend, the right wife, the right relationship. But there's so many warning signs. There's so many girls out there who want to take advantage of you. And maybe they do like you. Maybe they do like you, but you're so far away that it's so easy just to want and need money from you. So until next time, be careful.